Oh my goodness, y'all, who wants to go shopping? Let's talk about it. Hello, and welcome to Book of Erica. This is the place where you come to hear all things bariatric surgery, pre-op, post-op, and life after complications. My name is Erica. I am a nearly 12-year veteran of the gastric bypass surgery. I am not a medical professional, but I am a patient, and I wanted to share my experiences with you so that you would have more knowledge going into your journey than I had going into mine. If that sounds like something that you might be interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification button so that you know when I post a new video and you don't miss anything. So we have been talking about my 8 pre-op steps for post-op success. These are all things that you can do before surgery that are going to set you up for your best life after surgery. If you haven't already gotten the PDF of that list, it is in the description box below. Just click the link, put in your email address, and I will send that right to you. But we have already gone over multivitamins, protein, and building healthy habits. Today, we are on pre-op step number 4, which is being thrifty. We're going to touch on how fast you can expect to downsize, some things you might want to consider as you do, and what some things are that you might want to be mindful of during that transition. So, how fast can you expect to downsize? This is different for everybody. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. This is going to be different for everybody across the board. Everybody loses at different rates, and it's okay that you do. Some people are real slow and steady, and some people are like nailing it. I lost weight very quickly, but do you really want the complications that I had to get there? No. Slow and steady wins the race, y'all. So if you're losing slow, don't panic. It's okay. It probably means everything's good for you. Anyway, it's hard to determine how quickly you're going to go down. Now, generally speaking, you're going to go down much faster in those first 6 months than you will at any other point in your life after you have surgery. If you go back and you see some of my old videos, I documented my weight weekly for you all and for me so that I could go back and reference it. But I lost 100 pounds in the first 6 months. That's a lot of weight. And it's a lot of clothing sizes to suddenly, in a 6-month time frame, be gone. And to be completely honest, my brain did not catch up with that. I recently, in the last, 5 or 6 years, have started seeing myself for what I actually am. And in fact, going back and looking at these videos, I don't think my brain has still completely caught up. But that's okay. But here's the thing. I spent a whole lot of time in clothes that were way too big for me. And I didn't focus on what losing the weight would mean. Okay, I focused on losing weight, and man, I was on that. But there's more to it than just losing weight, because then your clothes don't fit, your shoes might not fit, your rings might not fit. It's something you need to think about. And I would have looked much less like a hobo if I had given this some thought before I had my surgery, but I gave it none. It wasn't even a blip on my radar. So, looking back at my records, I lost about 10 clothing sizes, roughly. From start to finish. That's not where I'm at now because I've gone back up a little bit, but that's where I was. So I had 10 clothing sizes that I had to span. Generally speaking, of my friends that have had weight loss surgery, it seems to be that about the average of the clothing sizes lost was about 6. So in my mind, if you can make a plan to have, 3 to 5 outfits in each of the next consecutive 6 sizes, you should be good until you can get to a place where you start to slow down a little bit. That'll at least get your foot in the door to not looking like hobo. I suggest that you use this 6-month pre-op period to try to find you some clothes to have on hand for when this happens, so that you're not scrambling to find something semi-nice as you're on this downward spiral, because it's going to happen. It's like Christmas. You know it's coming. So plan for it. There are some items that you don't want to forget. Some of these are going to be hard to get up front, but things that you want to keep in mind are your shoes could get smaller, your underwear, your bra is going to get smaller. You might need compression garments. In fact, I highly recommend compression socks. But you might need something like that. You might need bathing suits if it's summertime. You might need a new coat if it's winter. You definitely might need a jacket at some point during a transitional period. So all of these things are things to consider, but you can do it on a budget. There are thrift stores, there are yard sales, there are clothing swaps, church giveaways, or even the clearance racks. I mean, you're talking 6 months. During that time, you're going to find winter and summer type clothes on clearance racks. You can totally buy a couple of pieces for $2 each and be okay. And they be new instead of used. Like, it's not a big deal. And you're going to go in and out of these sizes so fast that, to be completely honest, it doesn't really matter what they look like because you're not going to be in them that long. So I would not spend a fortune on these clothes. Now, something to be mindful of is that there is such thing as cross addiction, and weight loss surgery patients in the studies show that we have a bad habit of taking our food addiction and transferring it into alcoholism, gambling, shopping addiction, that kind of thing after surgery. So as you're doing this, if you have a plan before surgery and you get these clothes so that you don't have to go shopping immediately after, in my mind, that just means that you're probably reducing the odds that you're going to suddenly develop this urge to splurge all your money after the fact because you've already got what you need. So I highly recommend it. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Next week I'll be back with another pre-op step for success, and I really appreciate you watching it. Now, my question of the day is for those of you like me that are not necessarily thrifty, for our benefit. If you are somebody who is thrifty, where do you go to find the cheapest clothes? Go ahead and leave that in the comment box below. That way, if someone is trying to do this to help themselves out, then they've got an idea of where to shop. Okay, I will see you all next week.